we are having a respected evaluator, Pradeep Gupta, Assistant Professor, Delhi College of Pharmacy, KLE University, sir. And having our director, the director of the Operant Pharmacy, and participants. So moving on to this, before we start the session, I hope participants have a clear insight regarding the guidelines. Mind those guidelines clear, and if so moving on to the session, a very now I announce Chandrakant.
Valika, your voice is breaking.
Yes. So it is audible now, sir. It is clear.
Yeah, now it is clear.
Okay, sir. So we are having participants on board. So Nikhil Chowdhury is on board.
Yeah.
Okay, Nikhil Chowdhury. I am allotting the topic. Advancements in education.
No, Nikhil Chaudhary is not there.
I think he is there, sir, but again
he has left.
Okay. Okay, Kanika Joshi is on board.
Yeah.
Kanika Joshi.
Kanika Joshi, please turn on your webcam.
I think I have turned it on.
Yeah. Kanika Joshi, I'm allotting the yeah, once again I'm repeating the drug information, current solutions. Sorry?
There's a sort of
Wait. I'll announce it once again. Drug information practice, current scenarios and solutions.
Drug information practice, current scenario.
Yes.
This is it. Okay.
You can start your activity.
Can you please confirm one drug information practice current scenario?
Valika,
Yes.
Valika, meanwhile you start the stopwatch.
Sir?
Meanwhile you start the stopwatch. And you have to enter, you have to note the time.
Yes, sir, I'm noting, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, Kanika Joshi is number 3, sir, on the list.
Shall I start?
So what happened, Kanika?
Yeah,
Kanika, you can start.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I am Kanika Joshi, and today the topic I have been allotted is the drug information practice. Or provided platform to speak on the topic. So to begin with, I would like to start the topic since the period of revolution. So the drug
Vikram. Yes. Vikram, there is a lot of background disturbance. No? We are unable to listen actually what the speaker is want to tell.
Kanika, kindly check your background noise and check your surroundings.
No, it was not from my. Now is it clear?
Yeah.
Hello.
Now it is clear. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, shall I start from beginning? Okay. So at the earlier times when the drug in the drug had the Ayurvedic system, homeopathic, allopathic, and the Unani system. So as we belong to the field of allopathic medicines, in allopathic medicines earlier there are a lot of advancements. Talking about nowadays, like we can see, there are a lot of research going on in the particular field, drug information, and there are a lot of also the development has so far so good. When we talk about the COVID-19 pandemic that is currently going on, we can see that there are so many research that has been going on in the field of drug information. So the practices that has been taking place refers to the worldwide. And we have been, say, scientists, the pharmacist, or any other person related to this research and development field has been and continuously working in the field of providing us with the drug information. So we have, if we are talking about earlier times till now, the recent current scenario, we have evolved when it comes to drug practices. There was not an earlier time in the as compared to the drug information, the drug the researchers have been continuing. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Kanika, that's over from your side.
Yes, sir.
Over to Pradeep, sir.
Yes, Kanika. You have given a brief information with respect to.
Kanika, turn on your webcam.
So I just wish to know from the olden days. Can you give me one drug information? How they used to compile? Initially, how they used to compile?
Kanika, if you not know, you can simply tell.
Hello. No, but I didn't listen to the question itself.
No, I'm just asking, in the initial days, how the drug information used to be and maintained drug information.
Okay, there are codes like medical codes.
There is a lot of background disturbance. Kanika, your voice is not clear.
Sir, the same is happening. Someone else.
Okay.
The voice
Okay, fine. Yes, okay then, fine.
Over to Valika.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm calling the next participant, Sindhu K. Sindhu K is on list.
Yeah, Sindhu K is there. Sindhu K, please turn on your webcam.
Serial number for the contestant is
Second.
Yes, sir. Sindhu K is number 2.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay, Sindhu K, I'm allotting the topic. Black fungus versus coronavirus. I'm repeating
Sindhu,
once again. Black
Sindhu
fungus.
K.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, black fungus versus coronavirus. So this is the topic.
Sindhu K, turn on your webcam. Valika, once candidates turn on their webcam, after that you have to allot the topic.
Okay, sir.
Actually, my webcam is on.
But we are not able to see you.
Sir, she is visible.
Okay.
I am also unable to see her.
She is visible to me.
Okay, fine. If she is visible to you.
Yes, sir, she is visible now.
Yeah, now she is visible. Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. I deeply appreciate the organizers for giving this wonderful opportunity to participate in this Extempore 21. And I consider that we have COVID-19 representation.
Just a minute. Sindhu. Lot of to hear.
Yeah, disturbance coming. Kindly.
I hope we all should mute, leaving apart the only Sindhu. Then it can be audible properly. Yeah, you can start with Sindhu.
Yeah. Sorry. I can start now. Hello? No.
You can start.
Okay, sir. I deeply appreciate the organizers for giving wonderful opportunity to participate in this PharmaNEST 21. My topic for today is black fungus versus the coronavirus. The coronavirus is become a pandemic in this situation. This has started from the Wuhan University and in the China, and it is a pandemic, pandemic crisis, as all you know. It took a life, sorry, it took more than millions of lives all over the world. All are facing very bad situation, and all the financial crises are getting a big hit. And mucormycosis is commonly spreaded after the coronavirus has been affected to the patient. The mucormycosis is a very rare infection. It cannot be caused for the normal health people. But if the immune system is low for the patient, then the black fungi hits to the patient, and even it causes death. I heard the news. The Uttar Pradesh also is facing the epidemic situation because of the black fungi after the coronavirus has been an pandemic. If we do not sanitize, or if we are not sanitize ourselves and taken good precautions, then this could also become a pandemic in the developing countries like India. Now, the mucormycosis is a very rare infection. This is a mole, and this is treated with amphotericin B and the starting stages. The coronavirus has also been a pandemic. It has taken the life, but the vaccine has been approved, and vaccine is saving the further spreading. But the mucormycosis, every patient are facing a very bad situation, like it can also cross the blood-brain barrier and affect the brains also. So proper sanitization must be taken and precautions must be taken. We can also prevent it by creating awareness of the sanitization and being so well knowledge and giving the posters, presenting posters everywhere in the world. And that's all.
So Pradeep sir, you can start your evaluation.
Yeah. We give the information with respect to both black fungus as well as coronavirus. So black fungus, you also gave the information that it can be treatable. Medicine available is amphotericin B. What form of amphotericin B is well approved purpose, which is effective form, the dosage form?
The dosage form is the solid dosage form given given in this pandemic, and
Yeah, very
IV
right.
is
Yeah.
IV is also IV is also is a suggested dosage form, and it is effective.
That whatever the amphotericin B is there, no, it is in what form? It is in what form? That's what I'm asking. Like in our Sutix, we will be studying the different novel dosage forms in that.
It is in solution form. Also in the solid dosage form.
Novel I am speaking with respect to novel. So in the liposomal form, it is actually more effective. So the liposomal form of the amphotericin B is much preferred for the treatment purpose. So that's what I was expecting the answer from you. Fine. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So the next participant is Nikhil Chowdhury. So Nikhil Chowdhury, please turn on your webcam.
Yes, ma'am. I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, you're audible and also visible. Now I'm allotting the topic to you. So advancements is the topic is advancements in Indian pharmacy education. Once again, I'm repeating the topic. Yes, advancements in Indian pharmacy education. So you got the topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Can I start?
Yes, you can start. You can start.
Yes, ma'am. A very warm welcome to one and all. Good evening. Myself Nikhil Chandrakant Chowdhury, B Pharmacy second year student, currently pursuing my graduation from Dr. Uttamara Mahajan College of B Pharmacy. My topic is advancement in pharma industry. As in growing
Pharmacy
India,
education.
pharmacy education.
Yeah.
Yes, as a B Pharm student in this pandemic situation and in this world, we have everyone would have noticed the importance of pharmacies and the importance of pharmacy in the country by providing vaccines, making vaccines, providing drugs which are suitable for the patients of in the pandemic situation, and providing a backbone to the in this pandemic situation. Pharmacists and pharmacy profession have proven a great opportunity for the new ones in this pandemic. When the whole world was in the house, the pharmacists and the doctors who played an important and vital role in preventing and curing of the patients of COVID-19. India is aggressively looking to establishing its own technological development. Many vaccines and also were taken from the outside and now developing in India. And as India is growing in the pharmacy sector, the new budget of given by PM Modi has also increased by its uh, old package. So the importance of the pharmacist and the doctor has been increased since this pandemic. Thank you, sir.
Okay, over to Pradeep sir.
Okay, Nikhil, you gave a little bit brief information with respect to the role played by the pharmacist in the present scenario. I think you are in the second year of B Pharma. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So as you said, you're in the second year. Now you might have come across with your different type of the subjects what you are having, and you might have also been in touch with your some of the seniors. So with respect to them, when you will be discussing what topics, what subjects are still of the great need to be included in the our pharmacy syllabus, which can again bring much more knowledge to the candidates. They can effectively go out and do their work. That is what I was expecting from your this one. So what need to be included in our pharmacy education little bit, so that it can still bring about better this one, that is a better professionally capable competitive pharmacists.
Yes, sir. In our pharmacy field, as many subjects are now involved, but by including some, uh, sir, still not updated about all the subjects. And
Yeah,
so as our college is, sir, new college, so we don't have any seniors.
yeah, fine.
So I
Just I
don't
can
have.
give a one information. Like in the first year, you are having the analysis subject, na? So in the analysis subject, you will be learning some of the techniques. Okay, it may be conductometry, it may be potentiometry, such type of the experiments. So that can be utilized for certain already marketed drugs evaluation, so that you will get an idea regarding how to evaluate the things. Okay, so practical aspect of marketed drugs, if it is made you to know from your first year itself, so that creates an additional what you can tell interest. So okay, this is the way how it has, anyhow you will be new to the course, so you will be very much that is okay with the subjects chosen. Okay, fine. Okay, okay,
Okay, thank you.
okay.
Okay. The next participant is Anjali Jain. Anjali is on board. Anjali Jain. Anjali is on board.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kindly turn on your webcam.
It's on.
Yeah, it's about to visible. I think, yeah, it's visible now. So I'm allotting the topic strategies to improve clinical trial outcome. Once again, I'm repeating strategies to improve clinical trial outcome. This is your topic. You can start now. So Anjali, are you there? So
What is your serial number, Mulika?
28, sir.
Okay, 28. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Valika, do inform the serial number to Pradeep, sir,
Okay, sir.
when you are letting the topic.
Yes, sir. I will.
She's unable to connect, I think. Once again, ask her.
Sir, she is there. Sir, she is
Okay.
there.
Yeah, okay, fine. Now she's with us.
Anjali, you can start.
A very good evening to all of you. My topic is the strategies for the improvement in the clinical trial. So, as we know that COVID pandemic is going on, and there is an urgent need for the for the vaccines. So, how we can involve all the clinical trials and the participants so as to make it a big success. Like we see Sputnik V, which is a Russian vaccine, has a 91% efficacy. So by enhancing our clinical trial methodology, by connecting with all the people and having the 100% correct results, like we have to keep a record maintained for the placebo as well as our control group, so that we can make an efficient result. And for the phase 1 clinical trials, till the final result and post surveillance of that vaccine has to be in a very proper way. When we go for the phase 1 clinical trial, it has to be like all the record of the patient should be maintained, that whether they are suffering from any disease or disorder. So that will connect, and we can just involve artificial intelligence in that, so as to improve the efficacy. Because what happens when we have a lot of participants, it's not very much possible, and 100% efficacy is not possible along with that. So we can include machine learning and artificial intelligence, so as to improve our methodology also. And next thing for clinical trial is that is a big achievement, that we are making a vaccine just in a 1.5 year, because it takes a lot years to make a vaccine. So that all credit goes to clinical trials, because the safety and efficacy has been proved just because of the fastness in the clinical trials. So we have improved a lot in these techniques, because there was all the authorities which are there for the regulations, rules and regulations, like US FDA. So they have a CFA rules 4 and 3, which is regarding the proper safety and efficacy of the clinical trials and the vaccine. So all the regulatory authorities like CDSCO is there, TGA is there in Australia. So they all, and US FDA is there in America. So they all are urgently in the need of the vaccine. So they are promoting, like what happened previously. When the clinical trial has to be there for any of the vaccine or any of the drug, it takes huge amount of time. Like just for having a phase 1 clinical trial, we have to just show our results to the proper authorities, and they used to take a lot of time. Now it's very fast due to a proper ecosystem which has been created between the clinical trials and the companies also. And it's the need of the hour also, so that's why we are promoting that. And placebo studies are those in which we don't give any drug. It's just about the psychological treatment which is going inside the patient, so that he feels that I am taking the drug, and all those effects of that drug are seen in that. So we have to maintain all these things very properly. And yes, one more important thing for clinical trial is that there is lack of awareness among the people, that how to do all these rules, how to just make a drug or vaccine pass through all the tougher rules and regulations of various FDAs. Like in US FDA, if you have to make your vaccine to be patent over there, so it requires really difficult rules and regulations. So you have to be very aware, like recently which regulation is going on, because they change all their terms and conditions. And as per their country, it has to be like in India, we are not allowing the Pfizer vaccine, just because it has not been done on our people. So the vaccine, the clinical trials depends on the region. Like Asian population has a different result as compared to the American and the European people. So it has to just because European Commission or just a US FDA has passed, we CDSCO cannot, Indian Central Drug Standard Control Organization cannot take that as a cannot accept that as a vaccine. But just for emergency use, we have without the phase 3 clinical trials, and not just the, we didn't even did the post surveillance of that vaccine, that what are the effects, side effects on the population. So it was just because for COVID, it was just for the emergency use. Otherwise, for a proper approval of a vaccine in the market, it takes up to 3 to 4 years, because after coming in,
Anjali, your time is
yes,
up.
thalidomide was an example, that after coming into the market, it had the deformities in the infants also. So various drugs have been recalled from the market. So post surveillance of the vaccine has to be taken care. That was just for that clinical trial approval for the vaccine of Pfizer, Moderna, and all Bharat Biotech, and these are for emergency use. And we have to take care that all the clinical trials should be go in a very proper way and a uniform way, by following all the rules and regulations, and should keep in mind that the safety of the people is the first and foremost priority of everyone. Thank you.
Yeah,
Over to Pradeep.
yeah, Anjali, you spoke with respect to the clinical trials and their present perspective with respect to taking into consideration the vaccines available for the COVID-19 treatment. So in nutshell, can you give me 2 points where exactly the 2 points in the form of, that is additional things to the clinical trials, what they are going on, which can definitely help the, that is clinical trials with respect to any drug? 2 things. Already we know 1, 2, 3, 4 clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. So any additional thing which can fasten the clinical trial process, which can benefit the quick release of the drug. In a nutshell, 2 points.
Ecosystem has to be created. First point is proper ecosystem has to be created between the governing authorities which are passing all the rules and regulations and the company which is doing those clinical trials. And nowadays, by seeing this COVID-19 pandemic, all the pharmaceutical industries has collaborated that ecosystem with the all those regulating bodies, and they all have collaborated, because if we don't do this now, then eradicating COVID-19 is not possible. So this has already been started, and that's a good effect of COVID-19, that and proper ecosystem and the bonding and collaboration has been initiated between all the pharmaceutical industries and the regulating governing bodies all over the world, not only in India. And second point, which I would like to say, that to fasten up the clinical trials, we need to we need to ensure that people safety should be there. Like people, somewhere people they are not they don't know that proper for, like it happens in India also, that people are not aware about what's happening with them. They are participating in any clinical trial, so they should be knowing about that proper after taking that medicine, we have to follow all those norms and conditions, like we have to report to the physician after any side effect is seen. So if you don't do that, if you don't inform that person, then how is going to give you that proper 100% result which are required to be in the observation? That's from my side.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm calling the next participant. Yes, Shiva Armugam is on board. Shiva Armugam is on board.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, Pradeep sir, he's number 7 in the list.
Okay. Fine.
Valika, just I want to inform to all the candidates who are joining from the mobile phone. So I request to them, please turn your phone on the landscape mode. So your video will be properly. You can turn your phone in the landscape mode. So that will be the proper video. If you put your phone like this, then your video is not proper.
So kindly turn in landscape mode, not in portrait mode.
And if you not start the rotation of phone, so like you can turn on your rotation of your mobile phone. Over to Valika.
Yes, sir. So, Siva, your topic is nanotechnology approach in drug discovery. So once again, I'm repeating nanotechnology approach in drug discovery.
Yes. Pleasant welcome to one and all present here. I am Shiva Armugam, and I thank OPF and organizers and judges, beloved judges for providing the platform to present my topic, and thank you. So, nanotechnology in drug discovery. Drug discovery includes several processes, and it includes rational and modern techniques. In rational techniques, they use herbals and Ayurvedic and other plant-based as their references, and in modern they used computer-aided drug design, bioinformatics, and to design a new drug, and they use in silico techniques. Nowadays, the in silico techniques has been performed mostly. Even the COVID vaccine has been designed at first in silico, so that only before for a drug it usually takes nearly 13 to 14 years to come into the market. But even the COVID vaccine came within 1 year due to the pandemic, and they have used in silico. So whenever we discover a drug in silico, the toxicity and the bioavailability and the observability in the drug mainly causes the things. So we use nanotechnologies. Nanotechnologies include nanoparticles, nanoshells, nanocapsules, which enhances the bioavailability, and it focuses mainly on the receptors, so that the complete drug can enters into the receptor and the signals are given, and then our body produces the uh, antibodies or whatever the effect we needed. And Novax, like companies are producing nanoparticles, and research is going on in corona vaccine with nanoparticle based vaccine. It is MLM V500, and it is performed by a multinational countries. And these novel nanoparticles is a novel drug technology because it provides us what the things we needed. Basically, like if we need a particular, we need if a drug is not specific, and if we needed to make it as a specific, we can use nanotechnologies to make it as a specific thing. And if we want to do some increase the viability and solubility also, in many of the conditions, drugs are in many of the conditions, the drugs are useful, but it is not soluble in solutions or emulsions. So we use some nanotechnologies to overcoat that and to make soluble in it. And nanotechnologies are now developing. It's emerging as a great field. So I finish my topic with this. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Over to Pradeep, sir.
Okay, Shiva, you gave some information with respect to the nanotechnology and its present application in the discovery of the COVID treatment. So, how about any drugs available for the treatment of the fungal infection which are nanoparticle based one? Can you give two examples? Drugs available for the fungal treatment, again, which is a cause like mucormycosis or the normal mycosis.
Yes, sir. Uh, uh, a company, I don't remember that name, but they have produced emulsion-based amphotericin.
Okay.
And then when it affects cerebral mucormycosis, they are using where a nanoparticle. I don't know that means. Sir.
Okay. Can you name any two drugs other than this one for which are having the nanoparticle technology in their whatever the dosage form preparation? Any two drugs?
For mucormycosis.
Any disease. Mucormycosis. If you are knowing, it is fine. If you are not knowing, I let me know any two drugs which are nanoparticle based inventions in the treatment.
Sir, vanadium coated drug for cancer, sir, for cancer, and that's also.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm calling the next participant, Janseya Delani. Is he on board? Janseya Delani.
Yes, ma'am. Is it audible?
Okay, yeah. Kindly turn on your webcam.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Serial number? Mallika?
Serial number is 27. Serial number 27. Yes, Janseya, your webcam is not visible. Like your video is not visible to us.
Now is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, your topic is insights on intellectual property rights. Insight on intellectual property rights. Yeah, okay, you can start now.
Very good evening to wonderful evaluators and my co-participants, and a great time for organizing team and the technical team who have supported a lot during this pandemic situation. So now I am Jansia Dilani. I am here to present my topic on insights of intellectual property rights. So first of all, I have to give a definition of intellectual property rights. That is, recently we have celebrated our IPR day, that is April 26th. Through PharmaNEST, I have gained knowledge on IPR through Australian means of that.
So what is an IPR? IPR is the proprietary rights that is given to some person in order to prevent the exploitation of their knowledges and their inventions from others being used or without their permission of the owners or their companies owned by them. So now we are developing more vaccines and also many other inventions are going through the academic properties and also with the companies also. With academic section, now the students are aware of what is intellectual property rights. So through this, we can develop the invention and we can promote this through this world from exploit the others by using this by taking a special logo for that and also by creating a thought process for developing that. So what is I think that intellectual property rights is giving an awareness to form a very inventionary control over this. So the regulatory authorities now being or carried for the IPR. For example, in my colleges, we are doing a project, and for getting a patent for that, we are approving to the persons who are belong to non-pharmacists. So I suggest that to apply for a IPR, now the regulatory authorities have to give a chance for the pharmacy field students or pharmacy field professionals to gain a license for through the IPR because we are approaching the legal sides professionals for getting the patenting. But when the pharmacist is on the board, we are safe to get more patenting regarding that, and they can feel our feelings of what we need exactly and what the world needed. Now the vaccine or any other formulation might.
Excuse me. Jansi, your webcam is not on. If your webcam is not on, we can't evaluate your like presentation.
Sir, now is it visible? I think
Not
I'm
visible. Not visible.
Sir, now.
Not visible.
No, it is not visible.
Sir, now.
No. Like if you are having some technical issues, like you can disconnect now, you can rejoin, or at the end of the session, we'll conduct your presentation with the
Okay,
another
sir. Can
topic.
I use the other link, sir? By
The
using
link,
other phones or Androids.
yeah, you can join with the other phone.
Yeah,
We'll finish your presentation at the end of the session.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Valika, move forward to the next candidate.
Okay, sir.
If candidate is not
Next
starting the webcam, you not allow for the presentation.
Sir, actually her webcam is visible in the middle and it might be fluctuating, sir. So that's what I haven't informed her again. Okay, sir. It's okay. I'll inform them again. Okay.
Sure.
The next participant is Hardik Sharma. Hardik Sharma is on board. Sir, Hardik Sharma is 29, sir. Number 29 in the list.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Hardik Sharma, your topic is?
Webcam. Hardik Sharma, please turn on your webcam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your webcam is okay now.
Like to remove the mask, otherwise your voice is not proper. And if possible, you can rotate the phone.
Okay.
You turn
Yes,
your
sir.
mobile into
Turn on your rotation of phone.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay. Hardik, your topic is contribution of natural products in pharma industries. Contribution of natural products in pharma industries.
Okay, so first of all, a very hearty good evening to all of you present over here. So today I, Hardik Sharma, I'm here to depict a small speech on a topic that is the contradiction of the natural. Ma'am, what's the topic, ma'am? Will you please repeat?
Of natural products in pharma industry.
Okay, so the effect of natural products in pharma industry. As we can see in this present time, the whole world is suffering from one of the biggest pandemic, which has strike the all the living organisms who are living here. So at this present time, doctors may prescribe many of the medicines, like they will prescribe to take Dolo 650, azithromycins, and other salts, which we can take to overcome the not. It cannot cure the pandemic, but it can at least boost up our immunity. And still, there are some salts like linseed and vitamin B and other salts which doctor prescribe, so that we can take those salts, and by consuming the salts, our immunity can be strong. So and the other things are natural products are the natural products and the related motives have historically created a lot of effects on the pharma industry. Because at the present pharma industry, we can see that every company is taking over and producing their own salts to overcome this pandemic, and different types of vaccines are also different types of vaccines are also taken so that to overcome this pandemic. The effect of natural sources that as you can see that there are many, we can see that it's a COVID-19 generally affects the throat and it's related to the lungs infection. So most of the time we can see that everyone will just tell that you have to take this natural product or you have to take that natural product. Likewise, if we talk, there is one natural sort of a tree or a small piece called mulati. So people will just tell about that you have to consume this or consume this. So that's all I can say on this topic, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Hardik, your topic was with respect to contribution of the natural products to the pharma industry.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you might have um, given better information with respect to natural products because they are the basis for the pharma industry. Because natural
Yes.
products are the one from which we can develop the newer moieties. There are many examples starting from your chloroquine and all that thing. So basically, they are very effective enough. Okay, we can't take it very much casually. Okay,
Yes.
so they are the natural one which our ancestor from the ancestors time we are using them, and if you
Yes.
use them in a right way, in a right concentration, definitely they are the immunity boosters. They can also treat many of the things, but people
Sir.
won't take it into consideration a lot. So
Yes, sir.
for that reason, they may not be proven effective in the time slot whatever they will be using. But from our ancestor time, they are having their own role, and pharma industries are using that knowledge. Okay,
Yes.
so we need to respect the natural products because of them only we are
Yes.
able to synthesize the drugs. Can you name two natural phytoconstituents which are very
Mm,
well used in the disease treatment?
right now I'm just not relatable to the two types of drugs. So
Okay, okay, fine.
yes.
so
Yeah, Valika,
so
you
the
can
next
go.
participant is Himanshu Tiwari. Himanshu Tiwari is on board. Himanshu
Yes,
Tiwari
ma'am.
is on board.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, kindly turn on your webcam.
Yeah, ma'am. Am I visible?
Yeah, you're visible. Yes. Okay, your topic is emerging therapies for COVID-19. Once again, I am repeating emerging therapies for COVID-19.
Okay, ma'am. So first
Yeah.
of all, uh, good evening to respected sir and respected ma'am. So I'll be taking around 30 seconds to compile the thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Valika,
Okay.
his serial number
Number 6, sir.
6. Oh, yeah. Continue.
Yeah, so my topic is that medications for the basically for the COVID, what are the different types of therapies we can do? So initially, if we talk about the COVID-19, it is a basic infection. It is a basic viral infection. So we can firstly ensure the the type of the scarcity or the type of the conditions what we can take the precautions over it. So firstly, we can as we know that it is a SARS, which is SARS. It is a acute respiratory system infection. So we can do the self medication by taking the lot of natural drugs. If we talk about the natural substances, and also the self medication via inhaling of the steam, and all the basic procedures which we can take to reduce this infection. Secondly, if we talk about on the major prospectors, so we can what are the strategy we can use? We can use basically the plasma, as we know that in the last from 1.5 years we are seeing the drastic uh, thing of this COVID-19. So what we can do is we can transfer the plasma onto the infected person. That we can do. And also, if you see about the strategies of the COVID-19, uh, recently there was sorry, yeah, recently I just saw a news of transferring this plasma artificial antibodies. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
audible.
So artificial plasma we can enter into the humans. Also, there is an important isolation procedure we can use to eradicate this problem. By isolation, we means that we can keep that person from a very from apart from the humans, or anything which can cause any contamination to the humans, or any which can be babies, or which can be the old age humans. And the another strategy what we can use to treat the COVID-19 is basically we end up with the medications. With medications, we can give antibiotics. We can give the thing which we are using was paracetamol to lower the fever and to also eradicate the problem. And basically we all are already taking the self medication, either it's on the natural product basis or it's on the medication process. And yes, and also this vaccination is important, because now as the vaccines are available into the market, so we can obviously at least we can look for the herd immunity, or we can look into the immunity which will be occurring through the vaccination process. And vaccination is important. And also, if there is a sorry, yeah, I end up my topic.
Okay, Himanshu.
Yes, sir.
Now, as it was newer strategies to combat the COVID, your topic was. So one is, as we mentioned, the drugs are available. Once the person get infected, he need to stay separately, and he should use the drugs, and he used to take them properly so that the disease doesn't progress or doesn't infect others. Fine. Then can you put a little bit light on the prophylactic drugs, which can help in the prevention of the infection, prophylactic drugs in the initial stages only.
Prophylactic drugs. Okay,
Yeah.
so if we talk about the prophylactic drugs, then the prophylactic drugs, they will not have any side effects into the human or into the system or the basic systemic circulations. So if there is some advantage or the added advantage of using the prophylactic drugs onto the humans, then obviously it will at some point it will give any benefit, or it will give any advantage to the recovery of the patient. And prophylaxis, if there are some allergens, or also we can see the black fungus scenario using of the it is very bad for the diabetic patient.
Himanshu, tell me the drug used which can be used as an ivermectin type drug. Okay, ivermectin, is it as very well known? This is a prophylactic drug. Renewing.
Yes, sir. Earlier it was being used. Ivermectin was being used because. Yeah, there was some after using it, there was some allergens also. There was some allergy which were causing in the patients. So, but after various noted documents, it was being removed from the prescription of the doctor. So other forms of medications are being used to it.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So the next participant is Mahalakshmi Priya. Sir, her number is number 16, sir. Her number is 16.
Okay, fine.
Okay, kindly turn on your webcam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Turned on.
It's fine now. So your topic is community pharmacy trends and opportunities. Once again, I am repeating community pharmacy trends and opportunities.
Yeah.
So
A very good evening, one and all. The evaluators and my dear fellow participants. Myself Mahalakshmi Priya from Sri Padmavati Mahila University, doing my MPharm first year. I'd like to go with my topic. This community pharmacy, I would say, it comes to a handy in these situations like pandemic, because community pharmacists helps a lot in educating the people. Like they can. Being a pharmacist, they can conduct some camps. I would say that they can
Mahalakshmi,
educate people.
Mahalakshmi, kindly keep your mobile slide a bit away from your face.
Yeah. So being a pharmacist, these community pharmacists, they can educate the people, because these days people taking the advantage of this pandemic, they are circulating a lot of false news in social media. So we can, being a community pharmacist, we can take a stand and educate people about the false information present, and we can try to help them face this pandemic more easily. And also have people having comorbidities are facing a lot of problems these days. We can also educate the people who have diabetes and blood pressure, and also there are a lot of people dealing with other severe comorbidities like cancer. We can help them monitor those conditions, and like some people, they will stop taking medicines. We can also educate them about taking medicines properly, and asking them to keep their comorbidities in control will help them fight the this pandemic also. And coming to the trends, there's a lot of scope for this community pharmacy, because these people can also go for pharmacovigilance activity. Lot of new drugs and also vaccines are coming. These community pharmacists can go to each and every people after they have been vaccinated, because these days vaccination is being done by unqualified people. But if community pharmacists take stand and when they participate in giving vaccines and also collecting information, I think this pharmacovigilance activity is not done properly, and nobody is counseling the people about the vaccines. It is also said that counseling the people after vaccination, like telling them to be peaceful, also increases the production of antibodies. And also these people, when they collect the pharmacovigilance information, like what are the side effects they are facing, it will also help the clinical trials. It will also help us establish a lot of side effects, so that these side effects can be kept control when the proper information is taken. Like lot of side effects are not being, this information is not being collected from people. So when community pharmacists take the stand, it will be a lot of use in this pandemic situation also. Thank you.
Over to Pradeep, sir.
Sir, you're muted, sir. I can't hear you.
Yeah, Mahalakshmi. The thing is, presentation was fine, but you used the term unqualified persons are giving the vaccination. It is not true. Okay, it is our own parallelly working staff members who are giving, nurses, doctors. They are involved in the vaccination. Okay, we can't use that word unqualified person. They will be giving, but as you said, the information can be collected from the. That is one noticeable point, that we can be in touch with there's persons after the vaccination, whereby the information can be collected, and this process is going on. I hope that this process is going on, because they will be in touch with things, but rigorously they are not taking into consideration. But the patients, if they are having any such problems, they will be approaching, and any serious problem. Otherwise, as many of us have seen, like due to the vaccination, if they are having, definitely they'll be having mild body ache and the fever, for which they are automatically they are only prescribing the medicine. If any serious complication occurs, definitely they will be reporting the people. But the thing what you said is right. Little bit more seriousness in the collection of the information.
Like this
So in
Covishield
the
is having histidine, and a lot of people are having side effects due to histidine also, sir. That is not being mentioned. I mean, it's not being told to people. Like we can take stand and communicate.
that is fine. That is fine. So the present scenario, if you look into, only 0.04% people are having some serious side effects associated. Okay, that is the reason it is very well this one counteracted. Okay, fine. No, nothing. You can go for the next. Yes, Valika.
Yes, we are coming with the next participant. Mittal Patel is on board. OP 258 Mittal Patel. Mittal Patel. Something. EC on board. Mittal Patel EC on board. So Mittal, are you on board?
She is not there.
Okay, might. So we can go with another participant. So Shivina
Vikram,
Bhati.
Vikram, how many furthermore contestants are there for today's session?
Sir, six or
Good evening,
seven
ma'am.
candidates are there.
Okay.
Sir, today I think with this Shivina Bhatia and
Yeah.
2 to 3 participants are there, sir, for in the list present in the meeting.
Today for the today's presentation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
So Shivina Bhatia. Okay, I am allotting the topic.
You just give her the serial number.
Yes,
What is
sir. Second, it's 32, sir.
Oh.
It's 32. The topic is academic collaborations, the way for advancement of research. Shivina, once again, I am repeating the topic. Academic collaborations, the way for advancement of research.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, good evening, first of all, to the jury, and hope the evening finds you in greatest of health and spirit. I am Shivina Bhatia from the Kara College of Pharmacy. So, academic collaborations, a way for research enhancement, is basically what I can feel from the topic is that academic collaboration means the research institutes can collaborate with the budding pharmacists or budding professionals, so that they can also learn from how the researches are conducted in the lab, and they can get the exposure needed for them to be a bright future for our field tomorrow. So what I feel is that it's quite necessary, and I myself is also involved in research experiments and review articles. So what I feel from my journey, I find myself way ahead, and I find myself students like me find quite interested in the field. We are quite enthusiastic for finding new things and for finding new technology. So basically, when we will step out in our future in the research and development field, we can significantly contribute something. If like students like us are contributing at such stage, if students that are focusing on their academics, that they are side by side contributing into research and putting inputs, or not contributing in a very significant amount, but they can learn the techniques, basically they can learn their importance, so they'll be more involved in the research activities in future. It can be like quite fruitful for the research field in a later, in a broader aspect, and we can enhance the students interest and research activities, the result for the research, the basically it will help them enhance their methodology, research methodology. They can like devise their own methods. Students can devise novel methods, because when people will be more interested in like the field, they'll be contributing more. So then they will get the exposure, and at initial stage or the direction, they'll know how to crack their way out into the industry, how to crack their way out. And
So thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, Shivina Bhatia.
Yes, sir.
Give me two important points with respect to how the academic collaboration can be brought about with the research, how the points can be taken into consideration for the academic persons research related, how
Sir,
it can be brought about, how it can be brought about.
sir, we can like our like we see in our colleges, like the teachers involved in the research, they try to involve the enthusiast students with them, so that major part is done by the teacher, although in the experiment, but students like us, we help them, we are interested in their in research, our interest simultaneously develops, though we will be involved in short in doing some minor tasks, but eventually our result our interest in that will be developed. Side by side we'll get more practical knowledge of the field, like when we do the things with our hands, when we see that thing practically, it's more fruitful in enhancing our knowledge rather than studying it from textbooks. So practically seeing that thing, practically performing that thing, getting involved in the things are different rather than mugging up everything theoretically.
Yeah, yeah. It requires the good collaboration between the teacher and the student who is good in the research, that can
Yes,
still
sir.
enlighten the research related concepts in the mind of the student. Fine.
Yes, sir, like being bachelor student, we are not like allowed to be involved in vivo experiments directly. We are not allowed animals
No,
at
no,
that
actually in the as for the PCI syllabus now in the final year of the B Pharma, you are supposed to carry out in the 8th semester project work. So here you, based on your interest, you can take up the things. Then you can start your little bit research related to that. Okay, in the
yes
7th
sir,
sem
in the
having
fourth.
the practice school, and in the 8th
Yeah.
sem you are having the project work. You can collaborate both. Okay, in the meanwhile, okay, you can think more.
Yes, sir.
So, fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So we can go with the next participant, Shiv Patel. Shiv Patel is on board.
Yes, ma'am.
You so kindly turn on your webcam.
Sure.
Sir, Shiv
Uh,
Patel number is 8, sir, in the list.
okay.
8. So Shiv Patel, your topic for the activity is vaccination for COVID, do's and don'ts. Vaccination for COVID, do's and don'ts.
Okay. Just few
Yes.
seconds.
Yeah. Very few seconds and then you can start.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, very good evening to one and all presented over here. I am Shiv Patel, studying in fourth semester B Pharm. So basically, here my topic is vaccination, do's and don'ts. So basically, as we all know, vaccination drive has already been started in India, and the do's and don'ts are from both sides. Like we can say from the side of patients as well, the one who is taking the vaccine, and from the one who's giving the vaccine. So let me first of all explain about the do's and don'ts of the one who is taking the vaccine. So basically, vaccination drive uh, is been divided into different phases where different age groups are given the vaccine. So in case of patients or in case of the person who are taking the vaccine, what they should be doing is, many people often I have seen and in fact experienced in my surrounding is that they are taking the medications without having any symptoms after taking the vaccination. Like most of the people are having many side effects after they take the vaccination, like fever, chills, and much more. So they must not take it if there are no symptoms after taking the vaccination. So that is one should keep in mind. Another thing is that one should never go for the vaccination without registration or so, because I have myself seen many people doing so, and even at the vaccination center as well, the one who is vaccinating are giving and providing the vaccines to the one who has not been registered. Like even during the vaccination of the phase 1 was going on for the frontline warriors or the frontline workers, many people who are not even belonging to that category have taken the vaccination. Similarly, in Gujarat, from yesterday only the vaccination for 18 above in all the cities has been started, but still many have vaccinated priorly. So this is also one thing which one must not be doing while vaccination. Also from the side of one who's vaccinating, they must make sure that they must follow all the guidelines that are provided by the government, like starting from age group to everything. That should also be kept in mind. Yeah, so that's from my side.
Okay, Shiv Patel, as you said that with respect to do's and don'ts, only with respect to the person who is taking, you just gave. You're not
Yeah.
given on the other part.
Okay.
Fine.
So
Coming to the whatever the points you said in that. So you said that without registration they are giving the vaccination. It is a wrong belief of yourself. They are registering. It is not like previously we are registering and going for the vaccination. It is when you go for the vaccination, no, again they will be taking the data entry. Okay, along with your Aadhaar and things, they will be taking the things. Then they will be vaccinating the things to you. Okay, so the document is maintained. Okay, it is not like document is not maintained. Okay, so and only the thing is that they should take care of bringing to the notice that if any person is really suffering from some severe diseases, he has to first bring it to the notice of the doctor that he is suffering from that. So is it advisable for him to go for that vaccination? So if the things are very bad, then they may suggest him some things. So whereby after a few days he can go into. Okay, such things only can be this one. Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Yes.
thank
So coming, we are going with the next participant. Jansaya, are you on board? Jansaya, are you on board? Jansaya Delani.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, is it audible? And now
Yes.
it is visible, ma'am. Am I visible?
No,
Am I?
no, you're not visible.
Mm, Ma'am,
You're
one
not
second,
visible
ma'am.
now.
One,
Yeah.
I'm trying to connect with that. Ma'am, now am I visible?
You're not visible. You're not visible. You're not visible, Jansaya. Kindly. Yes, you are visible now. Yes.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Till now I have faced.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have some difficulty.
So it's fine. So now I'm allotting the topic.
Yeah, ma'am.
So the topic is effect of COVID-19 pandemic on Indian pharmaceutical industry.
Okay, ma'am.
Effect of COVID-19 pandemic on Indian pharmaceutical industry.
Okay, ma'am. I am ready to speak about it.
Yes.
So first of all, sorry to end all the inconvenience created by me. Now I am ready to present my topic. I am Jansia Dilani. I am here to present my topic with impacts of COVID-19 on Indian pharma sector. So the current situation of COVID-19 started from the December 2019, have many impacts on many sectors, industrial sectors. So the pharmacy sectors also faced a lot due to this. Because pharmacy sector is an emerging field now, the whole world is facing towards pharmacy sector for getting a vaccination or medications. The people are eagerly waiting for what is the next step of COVID and what is the curative measures here. So now I'm going to list some of the impacts here. So first of all, I have discussed the topic like panic buying, telehealth, and then market flow. Next, regulatory authorities, and also with IPA and lack of active pharmaceutical ingredients and the global marketing and everything. These are all the impacts I have go through on this COVID-19. Now I have detailed definitions of what is. First of all, panic buying. This COVID-19 impact created a most wanted one, that is panic buying among the people. Panic buying is what? Due to panic buying, the peoples of they think that due to lockdown and everything, they suffered that they wouldn't get a medicine and they rush up to the pharmacist and they got medicine by precautionally. This causes a lack of medications who actually needs a medication. For example, if some persons are taking long-term medications for diabetics or chronic lung disease or anything else, they really need a medicine. But our people precautionally they got many medicines at their home and stocking them, and it makes the other people suffered a lot. So this is what important fact to be on COVID-19, and it rarely ultimately its impact is shown on the pharma sector. And next, the telehealth. So, pharmacy sector now announces that telemedicine is, before that we have telemedicine also, but now the telemedicine is very developed because if an infected patient is reached to a hospitals or any other site, they got infected by spreading and they cause dangerous to other peoples also who are in the frontline workers and also the healthcare professionals. So by telehealth and telemedicine, the pharmacy sector is improving themselves to the next generations and next form of that. Next, I want to get regulatory authorities. So during this pandemic, our pharmacy sector has more regulations for vaccines and all other sectors because if one vaccine has to be introduced in the market, it has to complete all of the regulatory processes, but it takes a very lot of time for that. But I suggest that by taking more, by using artificial intelligence and anything, we can speed up the processes and also to get them very quick responses. Next, the market flow and also the active pharmaceutical ingredients. So Indian pharmacy sector of 75% will depend upon the China for its raw materials. But due to this COVID-19 impact, the active pharmaceutical again, that is raw materials from the China has been stopped from us. So and raw materials not, but also the bulk products also been stopped from other parts of the countries also due to the lack of transportation and lack of communication with other countries or due to some cases are there in the Wuhan whatever else. So now there is a demand for raw materials in our country and our industry is facing this. So one advantage here over is now we can stand up on our own self because till now we are facing the China and other countries for raw materials. But now this is a situation where we can create our own materials and we can sell the product by itself. So I think this seems to be a good part in the bad situation. Somewhat it is a boom like this. So next, I want to discuss about vaccination and features and pharmacists on relation to this pharmacy sectors. So pharmacy sector is now facing a very big demand of vaccines, and we are getting Sputnik and Covishield from the other. The only advantage is we are now sorry, we are now getting own vaccines of Covaxin. So now our pharmacy sector has to promote more production of Covaxin in order to reach our people that our brand is the best and it gives a suitable and it gives a correct efficiency also. So all these impacts, I think it's to be a major drawbacks of COVID-19 and some boom on itself. Okay, thank you.
Over to Pradeep sir.
Okay, Jensia, you gave the information the area of the pharma sector which have been affected with this one. So, in general, in one word, whether the pharma industry has suffered due to this COVID or not, means economically, I am telling. Does it has
Economically, it has suffered a lot, sir. As our market rate is very low, we have some advantages of developing us and promoting our country in the list of other countries due to this pandemic by creating our own materials. But there is a low range of market flow here. That is economically we are facing circumstances.
So initially it was there, but now everything has been streamlined. No? In the initial days, you are not supposed to take even the simple paracetamol for your treatment purpose. If you go, means everything used to be cross-checked what you're suffering from, everything. So OTC products were also not distributed, but now it is slowly recovering. In the initial 3-4 months, only we had that problem. but now as such. Okay.
Yes, sir. Now we are on board for upgrading ourselves, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Thank you, sir. And
Okay.
thank you for the organizing team to be called for me. Thank you.
So, yes, so for today, we are concluding the session. Now I request Vikram Chaudhary, sir, to convey the vote of thanks to our respected evaluator.
Thank you, Valika. Now, my deep thank to Dr. Pardeep Kumar from Assistant Professor from KLE College of Pharmacy, KLE University, Hubli. And I also thank to all the participants who have nicely presented their uh, extempore on the various topics related to the current pandemic condition. And my deep thank to all the coordinators of extempore committee, including the today's moderator, Ms. Valika.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Now I request to everyone kindly turn on their webcam so we can take few screenshots.
So participants, kindly turn on your webcam. Each and everyone, kindly turn on your webcam.
Pardeep sir.
Yes. Yes, I have turned on.
Not visible, sir.
I have kept it on. I'm able to hear your voice also. I can see the screen there. I don't know. Yes, now am I visible?
No, sir. Still not.
Okay. But I can see you. Vikram, I am visible here, but I don't know why I am not visible for you. I can see the Valika and others also. Vikram,
Yes, sir.
is it visible?
Valika, it is visible to you? Valika, you are audible. Mute on mute.
Yeah. Sir's image is paused, sir. That is like that. Sir's image is visible. I'll take, sir. I'll take one of.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Okay.
So
Okay.
thank you
Thank you.
everyone for coming forward and participating in the extempo. Thank you once again.
Those candidates who are participating in the e-quiz competition, they can register on the GDC classes application. Quiz will be scheduled on tomorrow 7 p.m.
Sir, I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah. Thank you, Pradeep sir.